Now, the Raiders are not in their control of their own destiny. You know that. We're the sixth pick. And it all remains to be seen whether the Tennessee Titans or whether the Cleveland Browns are in the business of quarterbacks, right? So this is the reason why it's tricky, right? Any other year you would say, hey, these guys are 1 and 2 off the board, and that's no question, right? And those the two teams that's at the top of the draft, they're not moving off of them guys, right? But the difference is that you have a situation where the Tennessee Titans are a really bad football team. They have a lot of holes. Right? And it would probably behoove them to move down and pick up some more draft capital because it will allow them to fill the roster. The Browns also are in that kind of a situation where they're kind of like in quarterback hell with Deshaun Watson's albatross of a contract, right? They can't get out of for a little bit. And they might lose their best player. They might lose Myles Garrett, right? So when I'm looking at the Cleveland Browns, everything's on the table. So if you lose Myles Garrett, you're going to want a king's ransom for Myles Garrett, right? Conversely, you're going to want a king's ransom to get up to number 2 as well, right? So the Cleveland Browns can literally control this draft and next year's draft. Now, there are a lot of bad football teams that are sitting there and they're saying to themselves, wait, the next year's quarterback draft is going to be generational, right? So let me allow everybody to do their thing this year who wants to move up, and let me get as many bites at the apple to be able to get one of those guys that are coming out next year. You got Nussmeier coming out. You're gonna have Drew Allard coming out. You could possibly have Arch Manning coming out next year. You know there are a lot of you got the kid from UCLA. They're not UCLA but USC. You have a lot of young quarterbacks that are coming. There's another kid I'm forgetting about that might be the best of them all, right? You have a situation where next year you're gonna have 5 highly draftable quarterbacks in the first round next year. And in this draft, you have 2 and possibly 3 with a Jackson Dart. So you might have a lot of these teams at the top of the draft to say, hey, we're going to kick the can down the street till next year. And if you want to come up and you want to draft in this year's draft, we are willing to play ball with you. Right? So you got to ask yourself, right? Where does that leave the Raiders? Are the Raiders saying to themselves, we're taking BPA? We'll draft a young guy in the back half of the first or the third round, or the top of the first or the third round, and we're going to go out and get a free agent. Now, normally, there are not many great free agent options out there. But this year, it's up.